Good evening and welcome to the Whitewater Wind Down. I'm Ashley Carroll alongside Grace Caputo. So Grace, how was your spring break?
Oh, it was great. I had my cousin's bridal shower, I did some shopping, I spent time with my boyfriend and my family, I saw my best friend. I did lots of things. How about you?
I also spent a lot of time with family. I got to see my cousins, my aunt who lives up near Milwaukee. We went to the zoo, and I also got to spend time with my grandpa and just catch up. So it was really nice. A whole spring break just filled with fun with family.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, since April Fool's Day has passed, what is your opinion on April Fool's Day?
I think I like it when I'm pulling the pranks, but I don't like getting pranks pulled on me.
No, I definitely agree. I feel like it makes me feel dumb whenever I fall for a prank, because then I'm like, okay, Grace, you knew that today was April Fool's Day. Why did you fall for that prank?
So I walked right into that one.
Have you pulled any pranks on anyone before?
I did. I've pulled a lot of pranks, but the only one that really worked was when me and my cousin pranked our moms that we bought a bearded dragon from the pet store. We put a string around a plastic bearded dragon that we found at Goodwill and made it move, and we were with the string and told our moms that we bought a bearded dragon, and they were like, return that.
Oh my gosh. I think the only prank that I've really played is it was middle school, and I played a prank on my dad being like, I got a referral, I got in trouble, but it's me being me, I was like, there's no way that they would fall for that. So they didn't, so that didn't really work out. All right, well, we'll be right back with more on the Whitewater Wind Down after this.
What does it mean to be a war hawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a war hawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the war hawk way.
She's always had it. Pure ambition. An unbridled self-confidence that most people only dream of. You see it driving her, empowering her, and in time, you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail. All she needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
Welcome to Jitters Coffee House. Located on the first floor of the Wells Towers, Jitters is a student-run coffee lounge and offers a variety of coffee and ice cream-based drinks and is home to many entertaining programs, including live music, gamer trivia nights, and other performances. Coordinate your activity by emailing jitters@uww.edu. Jitters is completely run by volunteers who can earn service hours and even receive a free drink during their shift. Stop in tonight at Jitters Coffee House, where fun events and community come together.
UWW-TV News talked with Kristen Philauer about her new position as Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs. Here's what she had to say.
So I've been in no interim for 2 days. I've really seen it as a continuation of the work that we've already been doing in the division. I think the majority of my day is spent in a lot of meetings, and those meetings are resulting in collaboration or partnership with the ultimate goal of creating opportunities for student success. and making sure that the work that we're doing within Student Affairs aligns with the institutional mission, goals, and core values. Student Affairs really represents the co-curricular experience. So how obviously you're all here to get a degree and to go out and find employment and to, in some cases, serve your communities in different ways. And that Student Affairs provides the support that is going to help teach you things that'll make you a better person, make you a better employee, help you achieve your life goals. And so that's that co-curricular component. So it's supporting what you're learning in the classroom, outside of the classroom, and helping you get to where you want to go next. For me, it's the people. It always has been the people. It's the community around, the support, and that those outside experiences that individuals have. I had those same opportunities, and it doesn't matter when you graduated or when you've gone through the process. It is that co-curricular experience that helps you grow and develop and achieve those things that you want to achieve. And so I'm really excited about how that work unfolds and how students are going to see that realized in different ways and how that will ultimately impact some of your choices or the services that we offer or the kinds of experiences you see. So that's what it's all about for me, is that student experience. So
congratulations to Kristen Philhauer on becoming Vice Chancellor and for being leader of Student Affairs. It's really awesome that she stepped up to take the role.
For sure. I think it's awesome that we have someone who's advocating not only for our academics, but for our student experiences as well.
No, I totally agree. It's super helpful for our future careers.
Yes, it's definitely helpful that they have plans in store for our futures.
Totally.
Stay tuned for more on the Whitewater Wind Down after this.
We'd love to show you what it's like to be a war hawk.
Come on!
Don't miss out on your chance to be a war hawk.
At UW Whitewater.
You belong here!
Welcome to the Whitewater Forensics team, where we ignite voices and foster connections. With 3 to 4 hours of practice weekly, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth. From energizing warm-ups to passionate storytelling, we build confidence and creativity. Join our close-knit team, conquer public speaking fears, and advocate for your story. With over 100 awards annually, become part of a community where every voice matters.
Welcome to the world today on UWW-TV. I'm Bleran Krajcevse.
And I'm Vibha Varghese. Now here's what's happening around the world. President Donald Trump signed an executive order to begin dismantling the U.S. Department of Education. Shutting down the department entirely would require an act of Congress, which created the agency in 1979. This new order has many parents, teachers, and students concerned for the future of education in America. And we'll have more of the world today after a quick break.
President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky has said Russian President Vladimir Putin, quote, must stop making unnecessary demands that only prolong the war. Moscow's demands include a complete end to military assistance for Ukraine. Both Zelensky and Putin have agreed to a ceasefire in principle during conversations with the US, but no one has yet to take action due to conflicting conditions.
Indonesia's parliament has passed controversial changes to legislation that will allow its military a bigger role in government. Hundreds of pro-democracy activists have camped outside parliament since March 19 to protest the changes. Many critics are saying this move may return the Asian country to its 32-year dictatorship, which ended in 1998.
A Queensland man has been arrested for allegedly helping to smuggle a key suspect in the Sydney caravan attack hoax out of the country of Australia. In January, a caravan filled with explosives and a note referencing the Great Jewish Synagogue was found in Sydney's outer suburbs. The suspect had previously fled the country while awaiting trial for drug importation charges in 2023.
A group of scientists due to work together for months at a remote Antarctic research station have experienced alleged assaults from one of their team members. The team from South Africa immediately notified a spokesperson from the South African government. The spokesperson stated, quote, immediately activated the response plan in order to mediate and restore relations at the base. The allegations are still under investigation.
And we'll have more of the world today after a quick break.
Bonsoir à tous. Hola. Hej, hur är läget?
Marhaba.
Ni hao.
Konnichiwa.
UW Whitewater International Student Association is a student organization that brings both international students and national students together to share their cultural experience and beliefs. The ISA also collaborates with other student organizations in UW Whitewater. The International Dinner is one of the most unique events that ISA have for every spring semester, which serves all kinds of food from different countries, and it invites students to show their talent on the dinner. So what are you waiting for? Come join the ISA today.
We are ISA.
With the winter season coming to a close, the World Wildlife Fund in Mexico has found the number of monarch butterflies overwintering this year has nearly doubled. In 2025, the population of eastern monarchs occupied 4.42 acres of central Mexico's forest, up from 2.22 acres during the previous winter. Scientists say this year's population growth is due to better weather conditions in 2024.
For more updates, check us out at uwwtv.org. I'm Rebecca Yees.
And I'm Bleran Krejcirse, and this has been The World Today on UWW TV.
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you gotta see what's on UWW-TV.
It's always been there, his love of the outdoors. Some days, you wonder if it might be his calling. Truth is, you know that the things he's passionate about today will build the foundation of what he does tomorrow, and possibly inspire a new journey. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
Welcome to For the Health of It. I am your host, Isabel Beasley, and on this show, we pride ourselves in delivering factual information on health topics. But, believe it or not, there's a lot of inaccurate information and misconceptions out there. We here at For the Health of It are in the business of correcting misinformation and debunking myths. So today we're going over 5 health misconceptions and hopefully teaching you some new facts along the way. Let's get started. A lot of people assume that the common cold and influenza are caused by exposure to cold temperatures. After all, it must be called a cold for a reason, right? This actually isn't true. Both the cold and the flu are actually viral infections that have nothing to do with the temperature, but exposure to cold temperature does weaken your immune system. So if you've been exposed to those viruses, they'll have an easier time making you sick. If you've ever been taught to shave, you might have been told hair grows back faster and thicker with each shave. This is false. Multiple studies dating back since 1928 have found no difference in growth between shaved hair and non-shaved hair. Did you know sugar actually doesn't cause hyperactivity in children? The idea that it does is so pervasive that it makes parents perceive their kids as more hyperactive than they actually are after having sugar. The truth? Kids typically have a lot of sugar during exciting times, like birthday parties or holidays. What we perceive as a sugar high is just natural excitement. The sugar crash, however, is very real. On the topic of food, around Thanksgiving, you might hear people say that turkey contains a biological chemical called tryptophan that makes you sleepy. It does, but it's not alone. Turns out, the turkey has the same amount as tryptophan as chicken or beef, so you'd be just as drowsy if you traded your holiday bird for another protein. There's no shame in taking a nap after a Thanksgiving dinner, though. Do you remember being told to wait an hour after eating before you go swimming? Horror stories of ocean cramps or poolside rumors about the tragic drownings? Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but it's not true. Turns out, any amount of exercise will be more difficult after you eat. Swimming isn't special. And there you have it. There are plenty of other misconceptions out there, but those will have to wait for another day. Hopefully, you've learned something useful and interesting. The next time you encounter a claim like these, you can use your knowledge to help inform others. Let's make a healthier world, just for the health of it. For UWW-TV, I'm Isabel Beasley.
Students, be sure to check your holds to ensure you're able to register for Fall 2025 classes. Make sure you check your WINS account to find out the date and time that class registration opens up for you.
And if you're wondering where to get help with that, along with academic advising, student services, or financial aid for the upcoming semester, the UW Whitewater Registration Checkpoint Guide is your go-to resource for locating all the essential offices on campus.
Check your student email for more information, and we'll be back with more right after this short break.
Have you heard of UROC?
We're part of Whitewater and our own thing.
Come on, we'll show you.
I learned how to be a college student here, and now I'm headed off to Madison to study global health, and I know I'm ready.
People like me who aren't a fan of big crowds would really like UROC because it's welcoming and it's laid back.
My advisor helped me figure out my schedule, organize my time, fill out my FAFSA, and figure out what classes I liked and how to turn that into a major. And if I had to do it again, I would choose UROC.
You ready to rock?
You belong here.
That was Alex DeLeo with So We Go Here
On 91.7 The Edge, your station for sports, news, and of course, music. With our extensive music library
of alternative, rock, and hip hop. All for you, all right here on 91.7 The Edge.
The UW Whitewater Bookstore is your one-stop shop for apparel, textbooks, and technology. Stop in for a wide selection of gifts from our alumni, family, and name brand sections. Need to purchase or rent a textbook? head downstairs to Textbook Services. Check out our new custom shop and create personalized apparel for your organization. Need a charger, laptop, or headphones? Our new technology section has everything you might need. For more information and bookstore hours, visit uwwhitewaterbookstore.com.
Welcome to This Week in Wisconsin History. This week, we'll be covering the 1854 capture and subsequent rescue of escaped slave Joshua Glover. On the evening of Friday, March 10th, 1854, mill worker Joshua Glover was playing cards with his friends when a group of armed men stormed into his cabin and attempted to arrest him. Leading the group was Benami S. Garland, a Missouri slaveholder who purchased Glover 4 years prior. Glover escaped Garland's plantation in 1852. Trekking over 350 miles to settle in Racine, a staunch abolitionist town in the free state of Wisconsin. Garland later learned of Glover's new location and acquired a certificate of removal and a warrant for his escaped slave's arrest under the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, then set off to retrieve Glover from Wisconsin. The arresting party repeatedly beat Glover before securing him with manacles and tossing his bleeding, half-conscious body into a wagon. Glover's captors then set out for Milwaukee, hoping for a quick hearing and a discreet removal of the fugitive to Missouri with little to no trouble from Wisconsin's abolitionists. However, news of Glover's capture and imprisonment in a Milwaukee jail soon spread from Racine, reaching outspoken abolitionist newspaper editor Sherman M. Booth early Saturday morning. Booth and a group of other local anti-slavery advocates and lawyers immediately began working to release Glover. Booth rode his horse through nearby streets proclaiming, "A man's liberty is at stake," and that any freed man opposed to slavery gathered outside the courthouse for a public meeting. A crowd of around 4,000 people assembled in the square, listening to impassioned speeches from the local abolitionists condemning Glover's arrest and detainment under the Fugitive Slave Act. Upon hearing the judge's decision to postpone Glover's hearing to Monday and keep the badly beaten Glover imprisoned with no medical treatment, the crowd was outraged and decided to take matters into their own hands. A heavy wooden beam retrieved from the nearby construction site of St. John's Cathedral was used by the crowd as a battering ram, along with axes to break down the door to Glover's cell. Once freed, the crowd escorted Glover through Milwaukee's streets before reaching the Walker's Point Bridge, where a local businessman offered up his own buggy to transport Glover out of the city. With the raise of his cap to the cheering crowd, Joshua Glover was on his way to freedom once again. Glover was able to escape to Canada just 1 month after his rescue, living the rest of his life there as a free man. His rescue contributed to a growing statewide resistance against the Fugitive Slave Act leading up to the Civil War. In defiance of federal law, Wisconsin Supreme Court would be the only high state court to declare the Fugitive Slave Act unconstitutional before its official repeal in 1864. And that's what happened this week in Wisconsin history.
We'd love to show you what it's like to be a war hawk.
Come on!
Don't miss out on your chance to be a war hawk.
At UW Whitewater.
You belong here!
Video One Media Services provides accomplished students the opportunity to enhance their college experience by working with real-world clients. In addition, we provide clients local and affordable video options to better enhance their media needs. For more information on how Video One Media Services can help you with your next media project, email or call our office at 262-472-5659.
You can see it. His potential, that is. You see it even when he may not. You see that the things that spark his interest today will in time ignite the things he pursues tomorrow. And ultimately, help him reach new heights. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
Welcome back to the Whitewater Wind Down.
Catch Moana 2 at the UC in Summers Auditorium on April 3rd through the 5th. Students can enjoy the movie for free with their hot card, and any guest can attend for just $5. Don't miss out.
And if you missed it, make sure you keep your eyes out for future movies at the UC. Well, speaking of movies, are there any movies that you've seen lately?
Yeah, over spring break I went to go see the new Snow White movie with my grandma.
Oh, me too. I went and saw it with my mom. What did you think?
I don't think that it's as bad as people are saying it is, but it isn't exactly great either.
No, I totally agree. I love Rachel Zegler's performance. I think she did great with the role that she was given, but some stuff could have been improved upon, like some of the costumes, or even using real people instead of CGI for the dwarves.
Yeah, I definitely think, other than Rachel Zegler, they could have done better with the casting, and the costumes were kind of tacky, and I think some of the songs could have been cut too, for sure.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right, well, it looks like that is all the time we have today. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Whitewater Wind Down. We'll see you next week for more news, entertainment, and sports. Have a great weekend and stay tuned to UWW TV.